Hi, my name is David Holmes. I'm an advanced EMT with the Mount Hope Fire Department. Today we're going to be talking about applying mechanical traction to a mid-shaft femur fracture. So right here in my hands I have a mechanical traction device. There's a couple different brands out there. This one's called an OTD. So inside they're all going to have about the same thing. You're going to have 3 leg straps. One's going to be pre-attached. They're going to be colored red, green, and yellow like street lights, and that'll come into play later. You're going to have the standard boot strap, the iliac strap. Some will come with an additional larger boot strap, which is going to be good for ski patrol if they're on person's wearing a ski boot. And then inside you'll also have the pole, which will have the knee strap already pre-attached. This goes together very similar to a tent pole. There's a shock cord inside. This is going to come into play when we start sizing it with the patient, but this will fit just about everybody. When you're going through, a couple things you're going to be looking for, your indications and your counterindications. One of your counterindications is going to be somebody with osteoporosis or a pelvic fracture. That's going to be up in this region. When you do your pelvic rock on your assessment, that's where you'll see that or not. And generally with the older populations, taking into account possible osteoporosis. During this process, it's very important to make sure that the patient still has a distal pulse, so you're going to have to remove the shoe when you're applying the traction splint. And this is a 2-person process because it's going to require someone to hold manual traction as you're preparing to apply mechanical traction. This is traditionally going to work best with a midline femur fracture. When you're assessing this, you might see a deformity or there'll be point tenderness with the patient. So what we'll do is we'll end up taking this down again and we'll go through the real thing. So after you've done your initial patient assessment and you've gone through your vitals and everything, and you have a suspicion that your patient might have a midline femur fracture, and that will be indicated by point tenderness, and you're going to have to look at the mechanism of injury, and you've decided that you want to apply traction, you're going to have your partner apply manual traction to the injured leg while I set up the mechanical traction device. So you're going to lay everything out and set it up. Put the pole together. And then you're going to want to size it for your patient. So you want to get this black section right at the bottom of the feet, and then you're going to want the length of the pole to stop right at the iliac crest, which is going to be right where the belt goes. Okay. So you're going to assess for a pedal pulse. You can find that on the top of the foot. All right, so I have a pedal pulse. So my partner's going to hold manual traction while I apply the boot hitch. You're going to start by velcroing on the ankle strap, and then you're going to tighten the stirrup in the arch of their foot. Now I've already pre-sized this pole. I've got the black mark lined up with the bottom of the patient's foot. I have the pole ending just above the iliac crest, and now I'm going to put on the iliac strap. Putting this on, you can put the buckle under the patient's knee. There's going to be a little bit of a gap there usually. And you're going to slide it up. You want the strap to be going diagonal across the patient's pelvis. And you're going to tighten it. You want the slot for the pole to be right at the top of that iliac crest, which is right here on my patient where his belt is. Tighten it down. Then I'll insert my pole. After you've inserted the pole, you're going to come down and you're going to take the yellow end of the mechanical traction device stirrup strap, and you're going to slide the loop over the tip of the black end of the pole. And now that my partner, I'm going to apply mechanical traction now. My partner is still holding manual traction. You're going to tighten the strap. You're applying about 15 pounds of pressure to this. Once you've applied mechanical traction, you're going to go through and apply your red, green, and yellow straps. The green is going to go down at the ankle, the yellow is going to go at the knee, and the proximal strap is the red strap. After you've done this, you're going to reassess bipedal pulse, but you no longer have to hold manual traction because you now have the traction splint in place. A special consideration for this patient is that you're going to be applying physical traction to their body. And this is a very painful process, so pain management might be a consideration if you have an ALS provider with you.